It is Flylo versus Team Secret. Guys, take it away.
So let's jump into Bank between Flylo and Team Secret. Well, more than likely, we are expecting a Team Secret-sided victory. But then again, the bans can always determine what comes about it. And quite interestingly, we are seeing both of the hard breachers being left up. I'm not a big fan of that.
No, it's not something that you always see on Bank. Hard breacher ban can be very popular. I think I'd be more worried at this stage about the Jackal ban. That's really going to allow Leon some real estate to move.
Why did Flylo ban the Jackal against Leon?
And it's a ban from Flylo, so I can't.
There's got to be no Cav. She's been nerfed. Who plays Cav whenever she's nerfed? You know? Might see some Clash as well. We know that Secret do play Clash and Bank. And that new SMG, have you had a chance to play it?
I've not a chance.
Oh my.
Full auto now, isn't it?
My.
Yeah.
Questionable. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. If we see some Clash, you will see that thing rip some skulls.
Let's hope we see it. I'd like to see some Clash.
It'll probably be a 6th pick if anything.
I sort of err on the side of criticism when I see a Clash pick, purely because there's only a real couple of circumstances where it really comes out and it really works. Maybe we're going to see a Lems maybe switch over now. He's currently on the Ella, but he's going to switch out onto the Pulse, which is perfect because it baits out the Blitz pick onto the Hibana as well. So Secret, not really anything too unusual. We've not got the Clash pick that you were after, but we have, of course, got a Maestro, as Echo is unavailable. And as is pretty standard, we're going to see Mirrorban.
So what I'm expecting here on the side of Secret, it's a very standard setup. They have Maestro available. They don't have Echo, as it has been banned by Flylo, but still those Maestro cameras being placed in some pesky position. But then again, Flylo has counter-picked that with a Sophia. Of course, you also have your hard denial with your smokes and also a C4 coming in from Matebeat along with additional Black Eyes. And then you also have a Lems who more than likely will play inside of Gold Vault. You know, you can pulse that all day long and you can gain so much intel, but more than likely we are going to see Leon try and go for those late rotates up the main stairs that we know he tries and hunts for every single round he plays on Bank. We've seen that at the finals against Vex. That guy just walked up and got a 2K inside of open area every single time, and if Flylo have caught on to that strategy, then they should be able to shut him down pretty quickly, but it's all down to them to see if they have got things prepared.
Yeah, a lot of potential for flank watchers. No doubt a couple of claymores on the side of Flylo as well that can serve as a good indication. Even if it just gets destroyed, it's still a good, pretty good indication. But I think you're right in what you say. We're going to see a very standard take here. Flylo are very well sort of suited, if you will, in their operator lineup to take control of Blue Corridor, take control of server room, and try and get a plant off that way. Obviously, with Hibana being able to provide a bit of pressure from the hatches. So, Flylo moving fairly quickly here. They've obviously done a bit of drone work. Not quite a minute down just yet, but we have got a defender playing blue very hard. That is going to be Leon. Leon's going to lose about half of his health now, and with the server hatch being open, Meepy is going to be able to get a C4 toss out straight onto Tristan. Thermite off the board. Job's going to be a bit more difficult from here on out from Flylo.
Again, Lems can still provide so much intel, and however Quixie does find that roaming Leon, that's a massive kill, because we know if anybody was going to try and uproot this entirety of that attack, it certainly would have been the Jaeger, but he has been dealt with quite swiftly. But the big thing is that Thermite is dead. That has left them in one of the worst predicaments. You do not have access to that now, that the double walls that you can try and Thermite into and try and go for the plant. So it does limit it to either the drop hatches or they just try and rust their way in. Quick peek comes in from the smoke, but Alison Tyler will hold his ground. Stiz, of course, we know how deadly that man could be in the smoke. He's arguably one of the best smoke players really about at the moment. He's really the clutch master of that shotgun in most circumstances. As we go into the minute mark, there's still plenty of utility. They have Sophia charges. They also have the asphyxiating bolts from the Capitale as well. But it's how can they try and use them to the best of their ability. Maybe still alive on the main stairs. Certainly a rotation could come out from him, but it has quieted down just a little bit more. And you see 4 players stacked outside of the drop hatch. One C4 would surely put them away, as I'm sure the push will try and come in.
Yeah, definitely. It looks as though they're going to forego pushing servers because they've not got the Thermite that's going to be able to open the wall easily. They've instead opted for hatches. It's going to make it difficult, though, trying to drop hatches in these final few seconds. Still plenty of deniability left on the side of Team Secret. As you can see there, Tyler there, just trying to put some lifelines down, just trying to cause a little bit of disruption, and he will be the first to drop into the smoke. Steez picking up a kill on Quick, 3 versus 4 now in favour of Team Secret. Alice and Tyler there, very well placed to take kill, and he does. Steez picks up another one, and Plebma as well. A flurry of kills to close it out. Ultimately, the trades weren't found by Flylo, and that's going to be a round on the board for Secret.
Nice cleanup, really what we were expecting. That was just, you lost your Thermite. What can you do? It's really difficult to pull back a round, especially on Bank, whenever you've lost that main hard breacher. Sure, we've seen before that teams, whenever a ban has been banned out, you can get away with just the one hard breacher on the Thermite. It's just all about opening up that wall. If you don't open up that wall, it limits you just so much more substantially. They tried to drop the hatch, they tried to force their way in. It just becomes just a pitfall trap. You fall to your doom. You see C4s, gas canisters being tossed, all the sorts, and that's basically the game for Flylo. They're trying to force things whenever it doesn't work.
Yeah, and like you say, there's only so much that you're able to do when you're looking to drop a hatch. And when you're positioned in a, the way that Stiz was with the SMG or even the shotgun in that position, you're able to funnel the attackers into, the line of sight. And, that's not a pick that Leon necessarily meant to get in the early stages onto the Thermite. Oh, in fact, no, sorry, I think it was from a C4, wasn't it? But yeah, that's not a pick that they've targeted in those early stages. Not saying, oh, I'm going to get the Thermite with the C4. That's just unfortunate, on the side of Flylo. They could have lost anyone, and they would have still been able to get the wall open and still attempt to get a plant down. Most of the operators are pretty crucial, to be honest. You're looking at Capital for his smoke, you're going to be looking at Thatcher for disabling an Evil Eye. So there's crucial operators, but I think of all the ones they could have killed, Thermite really was the worst one for Flylo, but the best one for Secret. We are going to see a different bomb site now. Going to be going downstairs to Archive Tellers, and we're maybe going to see a bit more of this roam game from Secret.
More than likely, for especially this bomb site, you need to try and hold the upstairs as much as you can. If you allow those attackers just to have a free range, and whenever there's operators like Sledge and Buck still available, that's just screaming to get gunned down from above. And certainly Speeds, you can come in, you can use that skeleton key. There's specific positions that some defenders like to hide their way, these kind of slippery spots that may be difficult to deal with unless you do have the upstairs control. But you can see a good amount of pressure being applied. Leon going to be that main roamer anyway, going to try and take the full front of the force, and everybody else from Flylo will try and stack up outside of the lobby. So more than likely, their idea is to hold from the big windows and try and hold Leon from above. They're not going to try and challenge the upstairs, and they're just going to try and walk their way into bomb site. They know that there's going to be no holes made from above, and this is another place as well. Inside of that little office area, you can cover the entire back corridor. So this is setting up to be a very standard push, and if they hold the angles well, it will be very successful from them.
I'd maybe like to see a glass implemented if they were going to look to hold that angle from the parking garage. But Tristan going to open things up with a really big kill there onto Stiz. Smoke no longer a factor. That's going to be a shotgun loss, and of course the gas canisters. Meepy's going to be aware of this at this point, and he's going to be positioning himself on main stairs, just biding his time and waiting to make this last-minute push. I don't think that Secret are going to be all too worried at this stage, because they have got very easy lines of sight back down to objective. As you can see there, Meepy making that rotate. Just through the sheer way that Flylo are actually pushing this, they're only really pushing from one side of the map, but I guess they're not really wanting to spread themselves too thin, because they want to be able to get the trades as they come through. Plebma holding a pretty tight angle there onto the teller's door, just avoiding the flash canister as Flylo look like they're getting set up to make some sort of an execute now. It is moving into the final minutes. They're going to want to start deploying some utility. Going to expect to see some Capital firebolts here and some smoke canisters. Plebma there just missing his shots ever so slightly. And he's even going to get another chance over onto Speeds. Tyler's going to quick peek the corner close and get the kill. Another one for Tyler as well. Joker unfortunate with the TK. Quick going to pick up one of his own, and all of a sudden we're left in a 2 versus 1. So it is now all down to a Lems. You can see the diffuser is now being planted. Joker's almost certainly going to get this plant off with very little trouble. Lem's got a very big job here. Not got a lot of health to be playing with. Doesn't really want to be getting himself in any sort of an engagement. Joker with the asphyxiating ball is going to clutch out that round for Flylo.
For the Flame. Oh wait, that's a rock team.
Different team.
That's a different motto. But yeah, well played. That's as basic and as standard of a push you want to do, just like I expected. Wow, I'm doing pretty good tonight with my typical predictions, mostly because I've seen this team do this before. You know, I do get around. It's not as if the only thing I cast is Prem. I know these kind of strategies, especially Tristan. That guy's a very good mind of the game. He knows how to adapt and his flexibility. That's a strategy that me and him have ran through a couple of times as well. It's something I'm not accustomed to, and it works very well. As long as you have those two guys holding those flanks, which, as you can see, they did, and you have that main pushing force of the other three players, it's very easy to overwhelm the majority of the players in the bomb sites as long as you have the refrags, and they had exactly that.
Yeah, it's not always about chasing the roamers, and on a map like Bank, it's quite large. There's going to be roamers, and you don't always need to push them. If they've got a difficult rotate back to site or not got all too much of a clear way that they're going to retreat, you can use that to your advantage. And that's what Flylo did in that instance. They were able to put the pressure on the site, get the kills, and then get the kills again as the remaining defenders tried to rotate back. All of a sudden, Flylo are doing better than they did last week, and they've got to be pretty pleased with themselves there to pick up a round against Secret. I just hope that they can continue with this, because like you say, it was a very good push. It was very, you know, simple. There wasn't much fanciness to it, but it was just really, really well executed. And sometimes executing something quite simple very well can be more effective than trying something that's a little bit more flashy and doesn't necessarily pay off.
Slow and steady wins the race, and certainly that was, I think, that round, in terms of the attackers, was, out of this entire Prem we've seen so far, was one of the most slowest and the most dictative pace that we've seen. It was nice and slow, and it worked a chunk.
They just had full control, and they knew what they wanted to do.
Exactly, they knew exactly how they wanted to go about it. They knew the positions, and a Leon aggressiveness will find one on the speeds. Nilson's managed to find a down as well, but however, that will be Alison Tyler. He is tucked away, and of course he can go for that final stand and pick himself back up, but Leon knows that he's going to be waiting and lurking. Quite possibly they want to try and get the full 50 HP rather than just the 5 that his stand-up ability would only get him, and you can see they're trying to work together as best as they can. Leon knows going to be one more, and he will find another down, but also will not finish it off. Pistol comes out, and also will eliminate Tristan. This is going to be more a quicker round, and well, Alison Tyler's been forced to go for that 5 HP pickup by himself. But once again, Burmite off the board.
And look at all the time Leon's eaten up doing that as well. Not only is Tyler only on 1 hit point, but he was able to get 2 kills on the way. Moving through to the halfway point of the round, that's not where you want to be as Flylo, and this push is going to be made much more difficult because of that early play. Not even making the bomb site a factor at this stage, they're just able to keep them at arm's length from, you know, just defending rooms that are going to be adjacent to the bomb sites. So it's going to be on Flylo now to gather a little bit of information and figure out how this push is actually going to come through. They've still got a hard breach available because they are running double hard breach, but we're going to have the option for maybe an impact trick if the bandit batteries do get removed, as the top of the wall is going to be open. Steer's going to be getting pressured now in Laundry. He's not going to push this. He's not going to overexpose himself all too much. He doesn't really need to do anything in this situation other than just watch the angle on the door. Wait until the final 40 or so seconds, then the gas canisters are going to start coming out. Bandit's batteries are still on both of the walls, which is going to make it very difficult for Quick to get anything open. Joker there going to fall to Meepy. Bandit batteries still going to be in place. Tyler's going to make his rotate downstairs and try to destroy some of the batteries, but ultimately going to get picked up by Alems from above, and it's all down to Quick now. The bandit batteries are still in place, but I think one side may have been taken out, but it's not going to be enough at this point. His location is well known, and the rest of Secret are hunting him down. 30 seconds left on the clock. It would be a very tall order now to expect Quick to get these kills. If he just went for a bit of a shot through the wall there, he might have found the kill onto Maestro. He is going to pick up the first one onto Alems, and the over-aggression from Secret isn't quite going to pay off, but I'm sure they're not going to make that same mistake as he does peek around the corner with the bearing 9 in hand. He's pretty much aware there's going to be someone playing main stairs and Janitors, so he's getting pinched from both sides here. With 11 seconds left, he doesn't quite manage to get the kill onto main stairs. Plebmer instead is going to pick him up from inside of Meeting, and that's going to be a round for Team Secret.
Yeah, it was the round was won by Secret within the first 30 seconds or so, losing those big, of course, operators. Of course, you're losing your buck already, which is that soft destruction could have been used to open up that triple wall we've seen in that long desk, and then of course losing your farm right once again. It's very mind-boggling to see a team in only 3 rounds that they've lost their Thermite very early on in twice of those occasions.
It's not even that the Thermite's playing like too aggressive. I think he's just on the wrong end of luck at the minute.
I think it's that Tristan thinks he has to aggress because possibly his other teammates don't want to. that may be another cause, and that comes back to the mentality factor where no one wants to pick Leon. You know, that's what I think it comes down to.
Potentially, but I mean, realistically, Stock's going to be somewhere that you're going to be keeping an eye on as an attacker moving into a CEO objective. It's going to be somewhere you're going to try your best to leave a drone. And if you leave a drone in there and it gets destroyed when you spawn in, then you're going to know there's a chance that someone's in there. The lines of sight that you can achieve from that small, well, from those double windows is massive. You saw what Leon was able to do with it. Unchecked, unchallenged, he was just getting kills for fun and getting and even just putting damage down and making Zafir go down to 1 hit point. So I think looking at Flylo maybe a little bit more critically, you could say that they could maybe have done a little bit of work in the drone phase to kind of negate that and to get the Thermite in a position where he's not going to be overexposing himself all that much.
So Secret will be bringing that same defensive core that they brought for the last time they did try and defend that. Leon did get shut down quite early, so well played to Flylo, but last time they did also lose their Thermite, which was that big operator that they really did lack. So just like last time, just like clockwork, they will scour that top floor, already has been droned out for them. And then they can start working their way down, of course, for a map like Bank. You always know roaming could be an option for the defender, so making sure that everything has been swept correctly. It just allows more flexibility. You can get into the bomb site a lot quicker. I think this basement plays out quite similar to the way that the laundry room on Oregon plays out, because of course we know that for a map like Oregon you still have road presence. If you manage to sweep out every single upstairs position, then all you have to do is focus on the drop hatches and finally pushing in for that plant. This is a bomb site which I feel plays into that similar position. We have to try and bait out smoke grenades and bait out C4s and have cover from the hatches. A lot of things really does resemble that particular bomb site for me.
Yeah, you're definitely right. I think there's maybe more options on this map for getting into the bomb site, but aside from that, it's very, very
similar.
Another
3 hatches to use as well.
But as an attacker, you can waste a heck of a lot of time droning out and clearing the top floor of Bank, and it only takes one roamer to make that a really arduous task for the attackers to do. And if they're going to look at spending a lot of time droning, a lot of time clearing upstairs, it is going to slow down the push and limit the amount of time they've got available to execute. You can see we're in the final sort of half of the round now. Control's been gained. They've managed to get themselves into server, and I think they've managed to get the wall. Oh no, not managed to get themselves into server just yet. They're just getting in there now, and the wall is of course going to be open. A little bit of pressure coming from the drop hatches as well, and you'd expect maybe some pressure coming onto main stairs, maybe from Joker, although his utility will probably be better used through a hatch to assist the plan. Speaking of Joker, he is going to get that important kill onto Leon, as Leon does try his main stairs rotate that we've seen him do time and time again. He is, however, backed up by another member of Secret, just passively playing the stairs, just making his presence known. The diffuser is going down. No C4 toss coming through. Oh. It does come through just at the last second. Tristan does get off the C4 as he hears it rip, but the smoke grenades as well have been baited out. So potentially only 1 C4 left. At least 2, maybe 1 smoke grenade. Tyler now going to be going for the plant of his own, but the smoke grenades is again just going to keep him at bay. Speed's trying to get a kill through the smoke, but it's going to be Joker that finds a Lems. A Lems going to have the nitro cell in his back pocket potentially, so a big kill at this point. The plant will go down for a 3rd time. Will it stick? Speeds is the man that's going to be covering. He does manage to get an important kill onto Plebma. Meepy and Stiz pick 2 up of their own, and Meepy's going to get the final one as well. Joker from the hatch is going to pick up the kill onto Meepy. 1 versus 1 now. Stiz, shotgun, what else can you say? He's an absolute beast with that shotgun. How many times have we seen Stiz clutch the round with a shotgun like that?
Especially on Bank. I know last season he did do wonders on this particular map. An easy clean up from him. That's certainly not one of his more flashier plays he's had. Just does what needed to be done. And once again, a fantastic retake from Secret. I don't know what the problem is. I would have liked to see from Flylo is more intel being gathered. I think that their lack of drones certainly is still missing. For example, if they know that inside of Red Corridor you have that pulse still being stationed there, you have to try and time your pushes. For example, you could have had your diffuse try and come in and then have someone drop in towards that Red Corridor hatch and try and just go for the pulse whenever he is pretty much at a very weak advantage because he's tossing a C4 at the time. And we know that Stiz is frequently looking to try and get a gas canister off. That could have been the perfect opportunity, but they didn't have the intel to know that was going to happen.
What's your thought about dropping either Teller's hatch or elevator hatch? Is that something that you would look to do as Flylo in that position, just to apply pressure from elsewhere?
I think that the problem with both of those hatches is that typically, even though there might not always be, in an attacker's mind, if you haven't droned it, you always expect somebody to be located inside a vault. From vault, you can hold both of those hatches quite easily. That's the problem with it, is because whenever you drop, because the way the vault door is, they will see your legs before you see them. And then it's just an easy pre-fire. And that's exactly the same for the elevator as well. It's just, I think inside of that vault, it's too easy to lock down both of those hatches. And that's why we don't see that happen. The only time that we ever see those hatches being used is whenever Vex is rushing them down.
Yeah, Vex do try and like to... They tend
Rush
to like
B, bro. Rush B.
Even though B is the other bomb site away from... they'd have to go through A to get to B.
They would, yeah, they would just run straight to A to go to B. They would go to B. Because what they do is they'd completely clear bomb site and then jump in B.
Yeah.
Who plants A, you know? Who does that?
I don't think anybody plants A. Especially not on bank on downstairs anyway. But drone work going to be coming out now from Tyler as he's just sort of clearing out upstairs, making sure that his entry is going to be clear. Not all the time that you do see an Ash droning themselves in, but he's going to quickly jump off. A little bit of a role swap here as well. Tyler's been playing the Zephyr a little bit. Joker is going to open things up with an important kill onto Leon. So far, Flylo are doing a very good job of keeping Leon at bay and sort of removing him from the game relatively early on, making sure that he's picked out in the early stages. And, you know, Leon on a dock, that's going to be someone that you're definitely going to want to look to take out. Although, you know, maybe more used to seeing him on a roam-based operator. But, you know, does the damage with the ACOG nonetheless. Tyler, no doubt, going to be coming to deal with the Evil Eye from Plebma. That's going to be allowing a lot of information, really, for Team Secret. Just placed up on the pillar as Ash is breaching around. It's going to make short work of that. One of the main advantages there, really, of picking Ash can be very effective against those Evil Eyes, and maybe that's why we've seen the switch over from Zephyr, just for a bit more speed and maybe a little bit of a better gun there from Tyler.
Just a little bit of a better gun.
You know, just a little bit. I don't like to hype it up too much, because I know that Twitch chat can sort of, you know, maybe jump on that and people might start to try and get it nerfed. I really wouldn't like to see it nerfed.
Nerf Ash? Are you kidding me? What do you think this is?
There's a lot of people out there that don't like Ash, you know. I hope Twitch chat's proving me wrong right now.
Well, anyway, they will go for the similar push that they had last time, which they did win their first round for ESL Premiership on. And just like last time, they're going to set up. And this time, of course, they do have that Ash. The more fragging capability with the R4C, we know that is probably the best gun in the game right now. That's my opinion anyway. However, Lems will respond with a kill onto speed. So that's the butt gun. That's the nades gun. That's the soft destruction gun. Wall will get opened up, and well, we're going to see the quick push in from Stiz. Doesn't have the shotgun. The SMG-11 will do enough work. Toxic Babes tossed out as well, just to make sure things are slowed at a steady pace. Another one for good measure as well, and 30 seconds to go. Alem's on site along with Stiz. They should have enough firepower to hold this down as much as they can, and Plebma he will find with the ACOG onto Allison Tyler. Another one for him as well. 1 versus 4. Down to Joker. What can the Capitao do? Not a lot. He managed to find one, but impactless kill nonetheless. And Plebma on his debut, a free K for him.
Plebma's doing a really good job of playing Maestro, sorry, and just, you know, clutching out the rounds when it counts, getting the kills, and you know. Maestro's a good operator to play in that sort of scenario, because you can play a little bit more passively and just wait for the kills to come through, and that Alder rips through people at close range. Joker's been getting a couple of kills. I know you commented there on getting maybe one impactless kill, as he did get traded out pretty much straight away, but these rounds aren't all too close. You know, I was expecting them to be a little bit more sort of one-sided towards Secret, but it seems as though Flylo are giving Secret a decent run for the money at this point.
It has been a lot closer than I think we expected. But still, as we expect, the Secret on top, and they will have to go for their third picked bomb site, which is going to be that top floor once again. They have stayed away from that staff room and open area, which is certainly a bomb site that I think with the addition of Clash, and the way that Clash is currently with the new SMG being buffed, certainly it can be held quite well. Looking at the way that Penta this season played Bank, probably one of the best teams that we've seen hold that staff room and open area, and it was against Secret as well, and they really utilized that clash to the best of their ability, which I really love to see is having an operator that, yes, we say isn't really as viable because there's a lot of counters to her, and then especially if Nomad does make it into a meta, she does fill into a fifth spot, then certainly Clash is going to be very weakened by that particular operator being brought in. But for the meantime, use it while she still has, you know, not as many weaknesses as what she could have. And I still think that Clash provides just that, like, intel. Intel's so big for defenders. You look at the defense, there's Valkyrie, there's Maestro, there's Echo, there's Mira. Those are all high-value bans. All because they're intel.
And it just adds another high-value ban into the mix as well and makes another layer of decision-making process. And I agree with you in what you say. I really enjoy an operator that's very specific in its use. It's got, you know, Clash has got a powerful ability. She's got a shield. Like, there's no getting away from that. But the flip side of it is that she's got to be played with as part of a very, you know, well-oiled team. And there can't be people that are just playing Clash on their own because they're going to get picked off and they're going to get targeted in crossfires. So if Clash is able to, you know, blend in with a well-executed strategy from a team, then that's going to make her, you know, all the more powerful, like you say.
We'll see the first blood come in, and once again it will be Leon, and that is one risky run out from the bandit. He jumped on out and managed to find the cap on the repelling windows, and also manages to make his way right back into the building. That's solely because everybody from Flylo spawns over towards Park Alley, so they have nobody located around that north and west side, which is a big misstep for them, certainly. And that will be a waste opportunity. We've seen how many times that someone does just jump out the window. Typically, it's just a wasted life in many circumstances. But it could have been worse. That could have been the Thermite, who has stayed alive for a little bit longer this time. But look how much time that they have just wasted. Leon still causing havoc. Speeds of a nade kill will get them back on board on this Stiz as well. A very strong one. But a minute to go. They still have a lot of work to do.
Like you say though, killing the Capitale there, you're removing the smoke, you're removing the bolts. That's going to, you know, allow the defenders to play in tight corners upstairs. Leon Gids there taking all 3 of Dr. Stim pistols. He took 2 just then, and he's going to be back ready to challenge on square stairs. He's no doubt going to come out with a kill here. But no, Tyler is going to flick and find Leon's head. Double C4 kill coming out from Alems, leaving it all down to Quick. Meepy holding the flank, and that was all she wrote. Team Secret are going to pick up round number 6.
That is Secret in a nutshell. The aggressive room game from Leon, the great site play, all the coordination, just boxes Flylo literally into a box where they cannot escape from, and that does mean we will move into the halftime switch with Secret having all of the dominant control. And certainly I think we may be staring down the barrel of a 7-1 for Secret, unless Flylo can prove me wrong.
The thing is, I agree with what you say to an extent, but as a relatively newer team and a team that maybe aren't used to playing, playing together as much, certainly not as much as a team like Team Secret, who are obviously in the Pro League, Flylo did a good job there on attack. Attack is very difficult on Bank. I think the bigger that the map is, the more time the attack has to spend clearing out areas, droning things, wasting time, and ultimately the clock is just always running, against you on attack. So to be able, as a team like Flylo, to be able to pick up a round and get a couple of close rounds on Secret, that's obviously a big deal, and it's only going to prove into their strengths now going on to defense, where the time is not, running against them, the time is running in their favor, and they're actually going to be able to use these opportunities to just hold into sight. And it's now Secret's turn to try and clear out the map, clear out the roamers, and it's Secret's turn to waste the time. So Flylo are in a better position now that they're coming into the defensive phase. They've got the difficult phase out of the way to start with. Now they can concentrate on the defense and see if they can pick up another couple of rounds.
5 seconds to insertion.
So what I'm expecting from Secret is the fact that they have the Dokkaebi. It's going to be more oriented towards that room clear out. They have double hard breach, which is great, that I love to see, just for really any of these bomb sites. It allows you to have so much more adaptation in what you can perform. You can open up these all the hatches and then also open up that all-important wall. But that, of course, is if it was the downstairs. For this one, you still have flexibility. You can try and open up in towards that triple wall beside open area. Of course, you have those double wall that we've seen that Flylo really targeted whenever they did attack this bomb site. But more importantly, I think they are lacking is, you know, the sledge or the puck. Sure, they have Sophia and Ash who can still perform with only 4 positions, unless possibly we see breaching charges on the side of an operator on Secret. That's going to be the real thing for them. Possibly if Sophia brings the breaches, and that might give them a bit of extra utility. Sometimes that's why I would like to see IQ, because IQ can also be adaptable and also bring breaching charges, which is another operator that certainly would work well for Team Secret, because there is, of course, Valkyrie cameras available for them, and even trying to find a pulse or a vigil always comes in handy. Speed's in a very aggressive position inside of the elevator. Leon will find one on to Quicks. Ash already making quick work, and here comes the first phone call. That will mean that players have to start moving about and get those phone calls off.
Yeah, the push will be coming from Secret off the back of the intel gathered from the phone calls. It is, of course, very difficult as a defender to, you know, keep yourself alive once the phone call does start coming through. Stiz there going to pick up a kill onto Tristan, all going in Secret's way so far, 5 and then to 3. Tyler is, however, going to find a kill onto Leon on the Ash. So that's going to remove a bit of the ability to destroy any evil eyes that are left in play or any castle barricades that come through in the final few seconds. Meepy with a Claymore kill, and Stiz another one to make a 2k for him so far this round. All now, though, down to Joker as the Dockerby call is ringing through, and the plant will no doubt be going down pretty soon. Stiz is going to be getting the plant down on cue, and that's going to be Plebma picking up the final kill onto Joker.
Plebma's doing pretty decent for his new time inside of the Premiership, and well, hey, any teams need a new player? Any takers? Shall we hold an auction house? That's what we should do. We should do like, because we've seen so many, you know, transfers inside the Premiership already. We should do like a deadline day. We'll present the deadline day. What do you think?
I think this is probably the best CV that Plebma could get.
Oh yeah, I played with Secret.
You know, I played with Secret. I got 6 kills. There's a couple of moments where I got the round-winning kill. I did, you know, I played Maestro. I did all these things. More impressive.
He got 6 kills playing Thermite.
You know, and you can't argue with that. It's something that he's going to be able to take now, and like you say, hopefully apply it to a different team if he doesn't continue on with Secret.
I can see the headlines. Vex pick up Plebma. Price sausage roll. Salt takes vegan sausage roll.
I've still not had one of those.
I wouldn't even touch it.
Apparently they're really good.
Wouldn't dare. Who would?
I don't know. I'd give it a go.
I know. There's this guy in the production team. He's a vegan. He eats them. I'm pretty sure he got them the day it was released.
They sold out very quickly, I think. I think they were very difficult to get hold of in the first few days.
Piers Morgan loves them.
Well, yeah.
10 seconds.
You don't like Piers Morgan?
I don't.
I like this Britain Got Talent stage, you know?
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
5 seconds remaining.
That's how I know.
Moving on into the game
Very
now.
swiftly moving on.
Enough talk of
Piers Morgan. How did we get
Morgan.
from Plebma deadline day to Piers Morgan?
It's probably one of the largest tangents we've gone off on so far, Demo. We're going to be going upstairs. It is match point. Team Secret are going to be defending. Going to be attacking onto upstairs CEO, and it is going to be on Flylo to keep them out, as we've got some very aggressive window play coming out here from Secret. Joker feeling increasingly pressured, just trying to hold his own currently in CEO, waiting. You can see the rappel going off, you can see the rope, he knows that there's going to be somebody there. I don't think he's going to go for the major aggressive play like we saw from Leon, but he's definitely got a good chance of picking up a kill from this location.
A bomb has been located.
Window is where we will see the battle try and take place. Joker does land some shot in the Stiz, but Stiz will spawn back. Great bit of pressure being applied by the second man of Secret. That's the coordination that you need, and that sets good teams apart from brilliant teams, and that has shown Tristan, however, with a refrag onto Leon. Important kill, because that's the main fragger gone. You can see the quick push coming in from Secret. Goes into a 3 versus 2. Doc will try and hold back the angles. He will find Stiz as well. Down the Plebma. What can the new boy do? He's in the heart of it. He is in the thick of the mud. He finds one. Down to one, but another one in the corner. He will not be ready for it. Doc even steals that away from the Jaeger, and after a quick rush from Secret, it all comes tumbling down, and Flylo there to pick up the pieces and put it back together again.
Yeah, a little bit of a different Secret there, I guess, playing with a bit more aggression. They've definitely got a few rounds in the bank to play with at this stage. They are, of course, on match point, and Flylo sitting on 2. So they've got a couple of rounds here that they can, you know, just try and, you know, rush this thing out and get it over with, or, you know, try and play a little bit more aggressively. ultimately, Flylo again took a very good round there, and like we said in the pre-game, these rounds are really important, and the more rounds that Flylo's going to be able to pick up here, the more chance they've got of being able to go to a LAN.
Especially whenever we're looking at Relay, we're expecting M&M and Secret to be number 1 and 2. I think that's what, you know, you're a fool personally if you don't think that's the case. You know, both those teams inside of the league are just at such more of a higher caliber. And it's more so the fight for third place between Who Knows and Flylo, which we will see them battle out next week, and then also in week 6 as well, I believe that is. And if you look at both those teams, then you're kind of expecting more of an even matchup. So if it does go to draws, then no specific round differences is what will decide. And that's, you know, that's a scary thing to think about, that you lose all because you didn't play well your first match and you got 7-0.
Yeah, and that's definitely going to be playing in the back of Flylo's mind, and that's, you know, why they're coming out and trying to take a few rounds here, and they've done a good job of picking up 2, but like you say, already coming in off losing 7 rounds on the bounce and not being able to pick up one of their own, it is going to put them at a bit of a disadvantage. Looks like a bit of a late setup maybe coming up here from Flylo, as they're only just sort of reinforcing downstairs, but not too much of a major problem. I would have maybe liked to have seen 2 C4s, but I do agree with the Legion pick that they're going for.
Yeah, I think Legion still just provides so much more of that annoyance factor. Script for shields, of course, we know that Blitz and Montagne is available, and it's certainly the big operator that really slows down shields inside of Siege for the most part. And also, I think it's more of a sound cue. You can hear those Legion traps go off. If it's on a staircase, your attacker cannot run away. He can't sprint. That's an open target. It's like a deer in the headlights almost, and certainly Legion has its advantages in those circumstances, but still susceptible to things like IQ Scanner, like Thatcher, and again, once you get hit, it does 8 damage and you pull it out. It's not a big gadget that you have to worry about. It
can be a good thing to push off though, especially on somewhere like Blue Stairs, because if the attacker does choose to just stand and pull it out, then it's basically a free kill. I think as an attacker...
It's happened to everybody. We've all been in that situation.
But if you're an attacker on Blue Stairs, for example, you're going to want to try and push and get the kill before you take the Legion mine out. You're not really going to want to stand there and just be that free kill. But we're seeing a much slower round here from Secret, and they're obviously doing the best to try and close this one out. Plenty of drone work going on, and Plebma is going to be looking to deploy his utility sometime soon. No doubt going and opening up the wall down in server, but not before he's going to open the hatch, just to make taking Blue Stairs that little bit easier. We've got Tyler just playing alongside Joker, and Leon Gids is going to pick up the first kill down onto Speeds. I'm not sure if Secret are aware that Joker is in this position, and he has got a couple of ADS devices, so he's got a good chance of staying alive here and maybe getting a kill, maybe 2, if Secret are unaware. He is going to let his position slip there, and he is going to be able to throw some goo mines out, which are going to be difficult for Secret to deal with. Impact grenades are coming out as well, desperately trying to get some damage down, but meanwhile Stiz is going to grab a kill onto Tristan. Joker becoming increasingly pressured as the drone comes through from Plebma. Pre-fire comes out, and Lems ultimately is going to pick that one up. Tyler grabbing one of his own over onto Meepy. Stiz trading that straight back out. All now is down to Quick on the smoke as he is in a 1 versus 4. Not a very good position for him to be in. He's going to make his way up main stairs, just trying to stay alive, but it isn't quite enough. Stiz is going to find that final kill, and that's going to be round 9, and the game going to Secret.
As we expected, Team Secret take their second victory of the ESL Premiership. Flylo still yet to get a point on the board. So as it stands, Team Secret will be top of the Group A, but we still have M&M to play tonight as well. So of course that all could change with how the outcome of that match does happen.
That's right. The first and second place will depend on the round differences, but a key thing you pointed out as well is the fact that when they actually play against these teams as well, it will come to those round differences. And if Flylo are way too far behind, they will most potentially have to play Flylo twice. Sorry, play Flylo twice. Actually beat Who Knows twice.
Well, that's it, and that's what we're talking about in the cast, is that it's a battle for third, and it's going to come down to Who Knows and Flylo.
That's fine.
So yeah, that's the big battle of this group, is Group A. So it really is about the battle of those two teams and how they kind of face off against each other. And I think who wins those matchups, because they're going to play each other twice. It's going to be all about who wins those matchups, and they're both going to be looking to take not only a lot of rounds without conceding many rounds, but also want to take the win.